So, what are the biggest lessons you've learned from your past relationships?
Um, to be more aware of myself and to put more energy into myself.
That was the biggest lesson you learned from your past relationships?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You want to answer that or go to a different category?
No, I'll answer.
Okay.
I think the biggest thing that I've learned from my past relationship is the importance of communication.
That part too.
Because let me tell you, I was assuming some things and I was just going off what I felt. And yeah.
So your emotions drove your
Drove
expectations.
expectations, that's right.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one. So
And they were driving 50 miles per hour.
So let me say this: you can communicate with your mate, and they're not together. By the way, I'm just using them because it's male and female. You can communicate with your mate, yet if there's no comprehension, there's still no understanding of each other.
That's a wonderful point.
It's not that there's no
understanding.
It's not that there's no understanding. It's a concept of, do you know how to communicate? Like, so when I was married, I got married at 20-something years old. I was young. I didn't know how to communicate.
You don't even know, right?
I had no clue on how to talk to someone in regards to how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
You
Why'd
understand
you
what I'm
marry
saying?
her?
Because, all honesty, she was pregnant with my daughter, and I felt like I needed to be there with my child. Like, that's being
That's
honest.
good.
Why'd you marry?
I loved him. I
Okay.
thought, I did. I loved him, and I wanted to be married.
And you didn't have a child on the way.
And I didn't have a child on the way.
Y'all were dating.
We were dating,
Okay.
and it was fun. I mean, we had some rocky times
Before the marriage.
before the marriage.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you married him because you loved him.
I did. That was my reason, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay. So I guess my reason is
Go back all the way
I
back.
am going back down memory lane. I can honestly say that marriage. I don't know why I married him.
But
I
wait,
knew-
we can't go back. You can't go back on feelings that you're feeling now, right?
No, I mean I'm thinking about the films back then. I'm so for real. Like I don't know why I married him. I just knew that there was a lot of tension that was removed, and he was like, "Oh, we should just get married," and I was like, "Okay." Yet it was so many signs that said that I shouldn't.
Was you pregnant?
No, we had 2 kids out of wedlock. Yeah, I have 4 with this individual, and it's the 2 before was like, "Oh, okay," I knew what it was. You would come and help out every, a couple days out the week. Yet, Spirit told me he wasn't the one from day one. So the only regret I can say that I've ever had with that individual was that I didn't listen to Spirit from the first day.
The spirit told me, but I was denying it.
Right.
That
You
thing.
never on. Oh, okay. Take this one. Right.
So Spirit told me as well, my daughter's mother and we got engaged when I found out she was pregnant with our daughter. Years passed. We finally got married when she was probably about maybe 3 years
Okay.
old. And it's funny because we lived in this apartment, and the way the apartment was set up, as soon as you walk up the steps, you're in the living room. You walk into the house. I'm at the bottom of the steps, and I'm like, "Yo, come on, hurry up, let's go." And we go into the Justice of the Peace. And she comes to the top of the landing, and she says, "If I fall down," look at her left leg. It said, "If I fall down and put a run in my stock and touch her knee and the whole nine, and I put a run in my stock and I know it's not meant for us to get married." I was like, "Man, you bugging, let's go." 1 step, 2 step, all the way down to the bottom of the land. And I'm just standing there, I didn't even laugh. I just looked at her, it was like, and when she got up, she damn sure had a hole and a run in that same knee, in that same leg. And I just looked at her and I was like, what we gonna do now? "Oh, we going to the Justice of the Peace to get married." Yo, you just said. Like, I
Right.
knew, but I couldn't be the one to be like,
Why couldn't you be the
because
one
I
though?
will forever be the bad guy. Come on, ladies. Thank you.
Really?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so would you say at this ripe age that we are, is it okay to be the bad guy?
No. Forever to hold me the bad guy because
No, I'm
I
talking
made
about right now where you
Oh.
are in this age. Are you okay being the bad
yeah,
guy?
at this age now, yeah.
Because I know, I'll raise my hand.
yeah,
I'll take a
yeah,
bad guy. I'll take a
yeah,
bad guy
yeah,
moment
yeah.
any day.
I'm okay with
because
being the bad guy. But then, then
I just want to
couldn't-
know, do your daughter know about this story? Okay. I just,
If she don't, she know now.
we love you.
We love all of
I
y'all.
love you, Boogie, but
So-
yeah, no, and you know, and it's funny, but then the funny thing again, we go to the Justice of the Peace, right? So we driving there the whole time, and then so he's setting everything up, and he stands up. He got a boot on his foot,
What?
and I'm looking at him. He said, "Yo, so you don't mind if I sit down and perform your ceremony?"
Oh,
because
wow.
I broke
So
my
is it
foot."
even real?
Right, I broke my foot and I got a boot on it. So I said, well, if you don't mind me paying you half for the service, then. So he's looking at me like, what are you talking about? Well, you ain't standing up, you standing
Right,
down. So that's
right.
half the service. So then he said, all right, I'll let you slide on that. I said, all right, bet. So then as he's about
So you
to start-
hustled your marriage license.
Man, like, come on. Didn't I tell you earlier I'm a hustler? So then.
Mr. Spectacular over here.
But look, so then, as he's about to start the ceremony, I'm like, yo, I really don't want to do this, yo. I said, yo,
Wow.
if I back out right now, can I get my money back and walk out this office? He said, man, I'll give you 100% of your money back. You are free to walk out. However, he looked at my daughter's mother and said, the way she's looking, you don't look like you're going to make it out this door. So when I looked back, I said, damn, I guess I got to go through this. So I went through with the ceremony. We had this whole little spot at the beach set up for us to hold on. Like, to keep it a buck, yo, I couldn't even consummate the marriage. That's how bad I was not into that.
Really? Wow.
It took me like 4 days to be like, all right, yo, before I can consummate the marriage.
Really? Well, wow, that's right. That was all, but that was mental because his mentality told him he shouldn't have done
I
it.
shouldn't have done it.
And that's like, I could go back to like my wedding because it was off and on planning every other day. My ex-husband made our wedding cake. Shout out, I won't even shout you out, whatever. It was so bad. We had a wedding cake on standby because we didn't know if he was going to complete the cake in time. And we were all so afraid of him changing his mind every other day. So clearly there were signs, right?
Yeah.
So with that, saying that, let's fast forward to us being over 40. Are we paying attention to the signs that Spirit is giving us?
Definitely.
Definitely? All the time
Definitely.
now?
Well, I am.
If I don't see it at first,
Listen, I came here to say,
Say what you need to say.
say what I need to say because over 40 and today, if you don't know, I'm 51 years old.
You look damn good.
Damn good. Black don't crack. At this time in your life, most people should be at a point where they know what they want and they know what they're not going to take because, and I took a pause on the dating piece because I'm working on some other things and my son is graduating this year and I'm full force on that and I just started a new job and I just got a lot of stuff going on. But when you know what you want, like you ain't got time for no games, you ain't got time for no catfishing, no ghosting, all that stuff. And it's so hard now these days, right? Where's the good brothers at? Most of them gone, dead, in jail. Where y'all at? No, let me see.
This is spectacular.
nah, yo, I'm just chopped liver, you know, it's all good. But nah, but
What?
I'd like to say something to what you just said. I actually heard a man, I was listening to this podcast, and he was saying that when he hear women say, there's no good men out here, where y'all at? He said to the good, I don't want to be on camera. Oh, he said to the good men who hear that, they're offended.
Thank you for that point and that realization and that awareness for me because I don't want to offend any strong black man out there because preferably I do want the good black man. I can't see myself laying under a white boy.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Can you describe a good man?
I was going to ask.
I was just about to ask that question.
Oh,
Just about to ask that
of
question.
course. For me, my perspective, my good man would be God-fearing, and I believe in Jesus Christ, God. That's my God. Someone who's caring and loving, someone who knows what they want, someone who has accomplished some goals in their lives, someone who has ambition that wants to move forward. Like I want to do some traveling. I want to buy some land.
You got a passport?
Huh?
You got a passport?
Oh, of course I got a
Oh, okay.
passport. It don't expire to 2029. Oh yeah. Also, somebody who wants to love on me and have me love on them. Yeah.
So is it safe to say you operate with limited beliefs?
Ooh, somebody throw the water bottle.
That man, listen, this is coming out of woman's
Limited
mouth,
beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean by limited beliefs?
Because everything you just described,
Mm-hmm.
I personally, at least the guys that I know in my phone,
Mm-hmm.
I can show you 10 men who are those things.
Really?
So when you say they don't exist, you're
Okay,
basically saying.
I redacted my statement.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
take account of
Absolutely.
that.
So basically, you saying they don't exist is you saying
You
I
can't
don't
find them.
deserve. I'm not gonna have.
There you go.
That's
There
excellent.
you go.
So
Listen,
that's why I
but
asked you, do you operate in limited
thank you
beliefs?
for that. You so
So-
sweet and so
And
so
just,
beautiful to me.
And just real quick to piggyback on what you said.
What do I
Right.
deserve?
But before you answer that though, before you answer that, let me say this. So I read this book called The Four Agreements.
Oh, that's a beautiful
Right.
book.
Yeah, because you and I spoke about that. Have you ever read that book?
No.
The Four
Oh, you
Agreements
gotta read
by
that book, The Four
Paulo
Agreements.
Coelho. Is that?
Um,
Is he the one who wrote The Alchemist?
no.
Paulo Coelho wrote The Alchemist, but The Four Agreements is, I'll Google it. Don Coelho? Don?
Nah, I forgot his
I'ma
name.
Google
'cause
it now.
Wrote the other one called he wrote another one, The Three Agreements and
The Three
the Totem
Agreements.
or something. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. Something like that. I don't know. But anyway, I know he got 2 books. Right. So in that book, just what you stated, you said you want a God-fearing man. So you get up every Sunday and go to church, right? But
That
hold
building
on.
is full of God-fearing men.
Hold on. Right, but hold on. But that's what I'm saying. You
I'm
get
not
up.
even.
Wait.
Going to church,
No, hold on. This is just
going
yes
to
or no.
church and believing is two different
Wait,
things.
hold on. Do you get up every Sunday and go to church? Or
I
you
do
go-
not.
But you go to church on most Sundays.
I do.
Okay, now, there's a bunch of God-fearing men in there, right? I would
It
just say
is.
that. But then now, why do you go to church every Sunday?
To get close to the Lord
You can't
and
do
to
that at home?
fellowship. I can do it at home, but it's best when and this is my belief.
Okay,
When I'm at church, you get to fellowship with other members,
Right.
other Christians, other believers.
right.
And hoping that man will be at the church.
Right.
We
But
can.
So then, all right,
But
so
I
in the
like-
Bible, right, Peter said, I sit upon this rock of Zion and build my church. Not I build my church out of this rock of Zion. Meaning, he found a place where he felt comfortable, where he was able to fellowship.
That's right.
So now if you find a place that you were able to fellowship and bring people amongst you that are into the same thing, because that's what you're going to do. What you put out, you're going to get that back, right? So if you go to church, I hate to say this, man, and I don't mean to offend nobody, but walking into a building, a brick and mortar church, you're going to find all types of ungodly people in there
Absolutely.
that walk around like they godly.
That's right.
So
That's
when
true.
you say you can't find a godly man in a church, then you gotta look at why you in that damn church in the first place.
But I
And
never
that's the
said I couldn't find a
mindset
man.
and that's the mindset of these men, so-called godly. I'm spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider myself to be religious. Spiritual, yes.
I'm not
But
religious
do-
either.
But do I follow a godly way? Yes, I follow the teachings that God put down that was meant for us.
Mm-hmm.
But because I don't go to church every Sunday, I'm not godly to you.
No, I never said that
But-
because I
but-
don't go to
but-
church every Sunday.
but
I
the
find
statement
God
in
in
which
my
and how
house,
you
in my
made it-
closet, in my car,
Correct
in
me
my
if I'm
bathroom,
wrong.
wherever I'm at, and I give
The
God
way
praise.
She made that statement made it seem like if you wasn't a godly man coming out of a church, then you don't exist.
No, that's not what she was saying. And it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, it sounded like her description almost seemed actually cliched. Only because that's what we're used to hearing, God-fearing, this.
And that's
this,
why I brought up
the-
the 4 agreements. 'cause
Okay,
those are
I have
agreements
another
that we
question.
made
Wait, let
that we don't
me.
necessarily have to adapt to.
So as far as that, I was gonna ask the what is it? The man, the perfect man? Is that what you're asking for? Who the man you're looking for? I would say, are you that man to yourself? Because even in marriage, people say, I want to be married. Can you marry yourself? Can you date yourself? If you're not worth sitting with yourself and taking yourself on a date, playing jump rope together. You hold the rope, I hold the looking crazy. If you can't do that with yourself, you're not worth being around anybody else.
I can piggyback off. I would like to piggyback off of that and ask the man you just described, are you the type woman that he want to be with?
Listen, I'm gonna be. I am. I think I have worked. I've worked on myself, and I believe I am. I am. And let me tell you, I go on dates. I travel by myself. I take myself out. I buy me gifts. I do all the things that I want
I would like
to receive.
I would like to dig a little deeper.
Well, let's dig on
And-
yours. What's your perfect guy?
So I don't
I don't need all this.
I don't quote unquote have a perfect
do you
guy.
want?
Okay. The guy that I see from head to toe in my vision, I don't know who he is or where he is or like I'm starting to understand who he is.
Okay.
But as I continue to understand who he is, and I guess I could say this from my perspective instead of I don't want you to feel like I'm picking on you.
Because you are.
No, but I want her to
I like the
understand.
spotlight though.
I want her. So this is a big thing that women don't understand. You're saying all this and all these bells and whistles, but what's really real? So, for me, the guy that I envision, whether he's perfect or imperfect or whoever he is, as I begin to understand who that man is, I then begin to understand what that man wants in a woman, and then I become her. So,
Okay.
no. So what I do is I align with the woman who I see myself to be, because the woman that I see myself to be, that man is going to be attracted to her, and that woman is going to be attracted to him.
So would you
So
say
as
that?
I continue to grow, we both in my vision, I'm growing, because I'm not dating, I'm not married. However, I believe that wherever my husband is, he's going through his journey and his process too,
Right.
as I'm going through my journey and my process.
And
So-
you're manifesting exactly what you want.
And I am
Right.
manifesting exactly who I want, because the woman who I want to be when I get to that man, that's what I'm working on to become.
So let me
Indeed,
say this.
indeed.
Have y'all ever watched the movie Practical Magic?
I have.
Practical Magic, phenomenal movie. Shout out, it's an older movie. It's a set of children where they grew up in a family, their families are witches, but there are such a thing as good witches. There's probably another name for good witches. What you call them? I don't even
Witches.
know. Huh?
Witches?
Wedges?
Witches?
Yeah. What's the a
Witches?
good? Oh, okay. Witches. Okay, so they're good witches, right? Yet they're the youth of the family, and they've been taught magic. And one of the sisters, she knows exactly, like they're playing a game with each other. Oh, I want a perfect husband or a perfect mate. She writes out exactly. He has to have one blue eye, one green eye. 6'2", he has to be funny. He has to laugh at my jokes. Like she was specific. Like, in Christianity says, be specific when you ask God your questions. He didn't come until she was, I think, like in her 30s, late 30s, the exact man that she desired. But again, the irony of life always kicks in, because I think he was married. Right. So when they say be specific, be specific. And I understand where you come from when you're manifesting, where you have to know what exactly you're desiring, because in reality, in a marriage, you're looking at each other behind skin. And when I say that, naked is not even a real word after when you're married, because you're looking at roots. You're looking at who are you when nobody's watching. I know what dimples underneath your left thigh, but who are you when nobody's watching? If you don't have integrity within yourself, if you're not the same person outside that same door, we're not talking about nothing. And in a marriage, your roles are going to switch every time. That's why they say the longer you've been with somebody, the more you look like brother and sister. Why? Because y'all exchanging energies. Y'all having sex like nonstop, right? That's how it's supposed to be. Yet when it comes to the marriage, for me, I'm married to myself, because I know I love me till death to do me part. I came here on an assignment, and yes, I did the American nightmare. I had the wedding and the kids and the marriage, whatever, all that. Yet I'm still a better, I'm still a better me where I am today because of those past experiences. It doesn't define my progress. So when it comes to, especially a lot of women who are desiring things that they have not seen or experienced yet, I always encourage them to be mindful of the gratitude of what they have right now. Because let's say once the marriage comes and you got to now lay in the same bed with the rest of your life, you're like, I miss my bed. I miss cat spraddling by myself. And I know men are probably thinking, men love somebody next to them. We're like, I want to be by myself. I've met so many older women who are seasoned in life who choose simplicity. Because a lot of times relationships over 40 come with drama. Because like you said earlier, men are more emotional than women are. They come in with the, I hate to say, they were talking about dogs earlier, they come with the dog mentality. Feed me, touch me, love me, feed me, touch me, love me, feed me, touch me,
Because
love me.
men feel as if they are alphas. Like that whole term, I'm an alpha male, I'm an alpha male. Well, let's really break this down, yo. What do alphas do?
They run by themselves.
They hunt.
They hunt. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. They hunt. That's
Well, what
all
are you
they do
hunting
is
for if you
hunt.
already got somebody?
But you are alpha male.
But all they know is to hunt.
That's all they know is to hunt. But you saying you are alpha male, and women like this, that, and the third. Okay, women say, oh, I want this alpha male. Yeah, grand. You grab that alpha male, and then you going through all these emotional issues with this alpha male, but you wanted an alpha male. Alphas hunt.
I thought
That's their job.
alpha
They
is
hunt.
you coming in, you are help guiding
No.
and leading
No.
us.
No, that's
and-
not an alpha.
No, that's not alpha.
No, that's
What
just
is
the,
that?
That's a
that's
beta?
the head of a household. That's the head of a household.
Right.
And that's what the husband is, right? The head of the household.
I mean, because women are alpha females too.
I was
so
gonna
yeah,
say,
they
there's a
are.
lot more
But
women
those-
that are
I'm
alpha
alpha
females.
And the women that
I'm
I know
not.
that are alpha women are very headstrong, and they are hunters. They constantly, yo, can you calm down?
But
Ain't
is that
serious.
toxic masculine?
It can be, because that's when they start using. What's toxic masculine?
Or
What is toxic masculinity? Where did it come from, and when did we start using that term?
that'll be on the next topic. So
But you know, so when you dating, like I had a young lady, she said, I like alpha men. I said, okay. She said, what kind of man are you? I'm a mature man.
okay.
That's right.
That's what I am. What you mean? I'm mentally mature. I'm emotionally mature. I'm financially mature. You understand what I'm saying?
So this is
I've allowed myself to put, I've used my experiences and the aspect of me always wanting to learn and grow to become this individual that I am now, and
Right.
still building to be my higher and best self. So that younger aspect of me is I'm an alpha man. I'm a constant. That's dead. I'm past that.
So would you say dating over 40, you want to have, and I say this with any age of a couple, identifying like a vocabulary term, because the same way you define alpha as something totally different than what it could have been or than what it is, most people are driving a relationship like two parallel roads. You're not crossing because your definition is different to her definition.
It's not even the point of having definitions. Let's just say we all have our own. We have expectations.
And expectations lead to
Right.
limitations.
So what happens is you have expectations on your significant other. He has expectations on you, but y'all never talk about those
Right.
expectations.
That's the
So then what
comprehension.
happens is you get tired because you feel like you're always being let down because none of your expectations are being met. And then you start blowing up at this man. This man is trying to figure out, well, why are you blowing up? But then yet he's holding back his frustration because you're not meeting his expectations. And then he not speak upon them, he will act upon them.
So let me ask you this from a standpoint. When you're in a relationship, when do you become vulnerable enough with your emotions to express them?
As a man, do you know, like, that word is like taboo?
Vulnerability?
Yes, as a man, the most highest expression of love that any man can give any woman is that of himself, and that's vulnerability. Women do not know how to handle a man that is emotionally vulnerable with them.
I could agree, because 85% of women are superficial.
Women
That's
don't, they don't,
statistics,
and then,
right.
all it takes is, when I was married, I opened myself before we even got married, I opened myself to her, because I figured I want to do this right.
Right.
So I opened myself. Everything that I've told her that I had as an insecurity, she used against me.
So yeah, so that is a killer in any age of relationship where a woman would turn it and use it against them. Because again, this is where I talk about when I'm in the barbershops, men are more emotional than women are. Women are more logical, only because in the place of a war in the mind, if a woman feels threatened, she's coming for your gut, which is your heart, right?
So can we also identify that that woman is
She used to be drowned in a toilet bowl. Yeah.
she is emotionally scarred?
Yes, of course, she's traumatized.
Definitely, definitely.
I gotta turn the other phone on. So, okay, so with that being said.
Welcome in, brother.
Welcome in, welcome in. So the phone done down on Instagram. So they got the first half of the segment. So let's go into a question real quick. What role does emotional intelligence play in successful relationships at this stage in your life?
Emotional intelligence is the foundation.
Is it?
It gotta be.
Is it though? You just had a limiting belief just explode. The way
It gotta be.
I mean, that's
I love it.
So with emotional intelligence, Spec, what are your thoughts on that?
I think emotional intelligence it plays a big role on relationships now. It does.
How do you know that you're emotionally intelligent?
By conversation.
absolutely.
With the other person, right?
Absolutely, because based
With
on what they're
conversation.
sharing with you
Right.
about their experiences, you can intelligently understand
Where that
where
person
this
is coming
person
from.
exactly.
Right.
So how long would that take? Because I know when I tell guys, it takes me not even 30 minutes to tell if this person is worth my time or not.
Well,
Listen,
that
I can
comes
ask
from
you a
you
couple
you
questions.
going into the relationship with intention on being selfless
Right?
and being more in tune with that other individual. You have to
Right.
have the in tune turned on in order to even tap into any emotional intelligence.
Right. But for me, I get upset when the most men don't use the logic that they've been ingrained with. Because men function based off of what they see first, right?
Whoa.
What was that?
I was just saying, how you gonna say you don't like that? Men don't use the
Majority of
they-
men don't use their logic.
But you can't say that. How do you know this brother right here that?
I didn't pinpoint him.
We're just gonna use you because you
No,
just came
don't
in, brother.
use you.
I'm not picking on you. But exactly.
You said use him as an example. Use me.
So now, you having a conversation with this brother, right?
Right. Okay.
How do you know that this brother had an opportunity to be placed in a setting to where he was able to pick up logic skills like that? And if because he didn't, now you're chastising him because he doesn't have what you thought or what you feel that men should have.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying men already have logic, right?
Who said that?
We all, we're human. We all have logic.
Yeah, but not everybody think the same way. So your
Right,
logic and my
no.
logic may be different.
Exactly.
So
for
she's
me,
saying at
I
minimum
know-
the
Right.
basics.
Right,
You
the
already have that.
basics. We all know 2 plus 2 is 4.
Who's to say that your basic logic is enough to manifest what we're trying to talk about?
Well,
You
she's
dig what I'm saying?
emotionally intelligent enough
Enough
that you
to
ain't for
know.
her. That you ain't for her.
That's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
just saying,
So
though, you
I'm
know what I
saying,
mean?
I'm saying that I can tell because I know what vibration I'm functioning off of, and I know how deep I
Correct.
can go.
Correct.
If I'm speaking to someone that is having like, oh, what's the weather? What? Go talk to the
Right.
dog. I'm not talking about something like that.
Open up your phone.
Right. Something where it's a concept of can we connect energetically? Because for me, the way I connected with my ex-husband for a long time was nonverbal. If I can't connect with your mind and plug into your mind nonverbally, we ain't talking about nothing.
I'll say for myself, when I go out on a date, for me, being emotionally available is a big piece for me.
Okay.
So I will put certain scenarios on the table to test and see if you are emotionally intelligent.
Like what? What's the test?
I may give a scenario of something I just went through the day before or whatnot, and I display me being vulnerable. And I would like to see how you will react to my vulnerability.
If it's
you
just a date,
discard
he
it,
won't react. I wouldn't
well,
expect
no,
him
no,
to,
no.
you know?
Well, I'm not gonna. Well, maybe.